Ladies, welcome to this video. I think it's going to be super exciting for you, this new series that we are building out, which is basically called Dieting Mastery. For some weird reason, every single time, people struggle getting results, and yet every single time they go after the information that is related to either workouts or diet. Yet, why they sometimes won't achieve results, or better say they won't keep results, is because of their own ad, something that exists inside their own minds. And in fact, tonight we're going to be talking about that when it comes in about 30 minutes from now or less, actually, 25 minutes. We'll talk about it. And obviously, I want to welcome those that are watching live. Please let me know who you are. I do not see who is here live. I just see that there's some people live. Let me know who you are. Welcome. I think that this thing is going to serve you really well when it comes to achieving results, understanding why most diet or 95% of diets out there fail on the long term. And I really feel like one of the biggest objection that I have when people being a good fit inside, wanting to come inside my program and not be able to move forward is because, aside from having their own stories, is that because they're not clear on why what we do makes a difference. Even though they keep seeing results after results, the human mind by nature always is it's very hard to rationalize what you should do unless you actually pull the trigger. And unfortunately, people are not very good at that. They're not very good about being uncomfortable. They're not very good about making decisions. They're not very good about doing something out of leadership, doing something that they know they're good for themselves. Most time they still have to talk to their husbands in taking decision, even though their husband will be pretty happy for them having much more confidence and energy and being lighter. And obviously there is all this um being unsure, not being sure something is going to work or something is for me. Well, I hope this series, because obviously we will unpack not only why most diet fail, but we'll unpack what we do different. And obviously, if there is some positive in some diets, you'll know about that. Yeah, you'll know about what we're doing. And today, before we dive into what we're talking about today, I just want to really invite you into this call that we're going to have on Zoom. It's totally free for everybody. I see 15 people coming, I guess. It would be nice to have a lot more people showing up, as this is a community over 1,000 people. I really question what you guys doing if not really paying attention to all the things that we're giving you for free. But come in into the call if you can. Like, this is going to be about not only how you can lose weight, but how to keep it off. Yeah. So as soon as I finish here, which hopefully is going to be before that call, I'll open up my Zoom, and if you want to come and chat and talk about anything, asking question about anything related to your own health, you're welcome to come as well. Okay, so before we start, I want to pre-frame this a little bit. Today we're going to talk about Herbalife. We're going to talk about any similar stuff to Herbalife in primarily because I know they have some stuff that I saw aside from the marketing. Obviously they're doing really well. This is why they exist. But some things they're doing which is potentially good but also potentially harming. And the same thing such as portion control type of programs such as Beachbody and type of stuff like that. I want to show you, in my opinion, why they fail. They will fail you as a 40-year plus lady with hormonal imbalance. But also, I want to show you some of the things that they're utilizing to make it feel like it's a good approach. And again, in my opinion, unless you're willing to do this forever, is not going to serve you very well because obviously we're talking about a strategy problem. But before we do that, I want to let you know why most people, in my opinion, over 40, are not seeing the results utilizing diets, and obviously also what they feel. They feel like it's a problem of their hormone. They feel like it's a problem of the genetic. They feel like there is something that doesn't work as well as it used before. Yeah, all this is totally true, but this is not why these things are not working, right? Why these things are not working is fairly simple. And if I pull up a simple, try to pull up a simple picture here. Why they're failing on that sense is because of three things. Yeah. Number one, because the strategy is missing. Yeah, you don't have a strategy when it comes to nutrition. You can call it diet, but it's basically nutrition, and also on the lifestyle and also on the workout. You don't have a support system, meaning like you don't know how to implement, and all you feel like all you need seemingly is a book you can implement from, or a do-it-yourself video. And funnily enough, I always say this all the time, if you spend years not being able to figure something out, and you come into my program, and some of you did, and after 2 weeks we break away plateau, and or after maybe after 2 weeks you haven't lost kilograms for years, and now you're losing kilograms, chances are it is not about one thing you have to do, it's multiple things. And if you wouldn't be able to figure it out on your own, and you spend so much time, chances are it's not because you cannot figure it out, it's just because you're not equipped to figure it out. Yeah, you need the right support, 24/7 support. Yeah, not giving you a PDF and doing whatever you want to do. Yeah, so that's one thing. The other thing is that you haven't identified at the moment a problem inside. You're not identifying whether or not you have a metabolic issue, whether or not it's something that you're doing. Most commonly said, for example, in women over 40, too much cardio, or eating too little, or not really doing the right things. Yeah, or something that you're not doing. One more time, you're not able to identify if you are a person with Hashimoto. I'm thinking you're not able to identify the fact that you need to work on the root cause, and that probably called elimination diet. If you're insulin resistant, you're not able to control your sugar, and you don't realize that chances are, like, it's more important the A1C in 3 months from now, which basically says that if that go lower, you're winning, and if it goes higher, you're losing. And you keep looking at keep looking at the blood sugar tomorrow, right? Why am I waking up with a blood sugar? That might not be for the food. Chances are a mixed food approach would probably be helpful. Yeah, but again, you need to be identifying those problems, something that you're doing or not doing, or not realizing. If you're like I used to be in the past, if I just made a video about alcohol and stuff. So if I used to party all the time, and then I'm not seeing results, chances are that's a problem on the lifestyle, rather than thinking that there is something wrong with my genetics, right? And then of course you need the motivation, the accountability, and the support. One more time, accountability from a coach or group. And again, this is what I want to talk about today, the group idea, this thing that we do in here. Obviously we didn't invent this, but I'll be also very honest to say to you, is like very few that do it. Crazy enough, they don't understand when you see other people succeeding, then they are also succeeding. Yeah, when you know you're going to with a tribe with the right direction, then you're getting success, right? Like study shows that with either a peer support group or a expert that supports you, or experts that supports you, you get results faster and with a shortcut, like faster, better, and more consistent, right? This is one of the issues when it comes to right now, when it comes to dieting, because unlike in the past, when you used to do a whatever diet, even Herbalife, or we'd call it, I don't know, Weight Watcher, or we call it, I don't know, keto, whatever, like all they did is selling a book, and then like you read the book and you implement stuff yourself. You had no support, right? Right now, basically what I'm sharing now is like something that we're going to utilize several times in here. And basically it's like, in my opinion, it's kind of like the triangle, or like in this case, they're circles. And hopefully you see this. Let me see if you do see this. One down. Why am I not able to? Okay, so let's see if you see this now. So if I share, like, you should be able to see the circles. Let me know if you see the circles here. They're about to come up, hopefully. I'm going to have to watch inside my video recording here if I actually am recording. Cool. So there's 2 of you. Hopefully there's going to be a few more people. There you go. Okay. So you see the circles. Okay. Let me just make these circles bigger so that you can have an advantage on that. So basically, this is basically the whole story when it comes to the with the dieting work. Yeah. For the diet to work, or my writing is not the best. Okay, let's see if I can even make it a little bit even bigger. I think that's the best we can do. Okay, so for a diet to work, we're gonna need a few things. Yeah, Number one, you need a physiology approach, meaning like I said before, you need all these three, by the way. Yeah, the sweet spot, the sweet spot, and when I say sweet spot, it's like the best thing is when you find an approach that reflects everything. Yeah. And this is basically the best thing. Yeah. Now, you're gonna need, in all fairness, you're gonna need something that creates a metabolic and hormone balance approach for somebody over 40, like I said before, insulin resistant, I don't know, pre-pregnancy, uh, Hashimoto, something like has to do with adrenal, something that has to do with stress. You're gonna need something very unique towards your own persona, yeah. And if we take all this thing away, you also need, which obviously this is why 90% of diet fails, if not 95, lifestyle, like you need, they fail for psychological reasons, yeah, psychology. So logistics for your work, environment, whoever stands around you, like if you have to cook something for your kids rather than for yourself or for your husband. And then lifestyle, like I said before, your choices, yeah, if you're traveling, if you take in something like whatever you're eating, you're drinking, whatever you can do. And then, like I said before, they also fail for an implementation gap, right? For implementation, support, and accountability. Okay. Today, what Herbalife and Beachbody, when it comes to portion control, has in common, they have in common these pieces over here. They don't teach you how to implement. In fact, we're gonna take this out, but they give you support and accountability in a group like this group over here. Yeah, or maybe even a smaller group where you see people posting, when you see people wins and everything. What they are lacking of, in this case, when they're lacking of that, they totally lacking of physiology and hormones. Yeah, they really don't care about this. I mean, they're like this. Whenever you cannot get in touch with them or a support group or whatever, then whenever you don't have somebody to keep you accountable or give you a real coaching on the other side, they don't really, you don't factor in psychology, logistic environment, because they don't really know you. You're like a number. This is also why most diets fail, because like you're like a number. Like this is why most coaching actually fail, because like when you go to a trainer and they have no idea what to do when you're outside the gym, it's not about the hour you do in the gym, it's the hour you do, the 24-hour you do outside from the gym. So if they don't know your environment, if this doesn't exist, then it cannot basically like help you, right? So if you take away this, and in this case, I'm going to talk about later why, you only left with one or two pieces of the results, which is actually that. This is why something like Herbalife works temporarily. This is why people lose weight, but then they don't tell you that they're basically messing up your metabolism and hormones, because and this, by the way, not talking about shake diet badly, as you look at sometimes portion control works, because they just getting you to eat less, and sometimes they combine the two. They have Shakeology inside Beachbody, and then they combine the two. But what they don't tell you is that they're basically cutting off a lot of calories, and they're conditioning your body to become a starvation machine, right? And we know as well as you do probably at this point, is that in your 40, you cannot starve yourself like you were in your 20 and thinking that it's going to work. Yeah. So with this being said, unlike, I mean, obviously compared to the past, one thing that this company do really well, obviously, is marketing, like always. They're condition yourself to believe that, the calorie is a problem. Therefore, the solution is a diet. But they don't tell you the diet is an intervention. Intervention of dieting is like you should diet for a specific time and then stop and then live in maintenance, and they have you diet the whole time. And when you get to the point that at some point you quit, right? Then it's get harder and harder to get results. And not because you're 40, because you condition yourself to be like, what in your 20 in your body. Meaning like you condition yourself to starve, your body put together a compensation mechanism, there is a stress, and this is basically what happens. What they're trying to do at the moment, these kind of companies, is putting together some support group, much like we're doing, and they're trying to basically rely on your willpower and your motivation for you to get success. The problem is that you can only fight willpower for a little bit. As I was saying before, you can only fight willpower for a little bit until you're no longer gonna see results. Yeah. So basically, like You can use willpower over here for a little bit until that your body's always going to win. Your body's always going to fight back. Your body's more strong than your willpower. And in fact, like most people say, oh, I just need more willpower. No, if you're going to go and go on willpower, and then you're going to force your body into submission, then it's going to be harder and harder to ever see results. In fact, you're damaging your metabolism. And therefore, what that said, that tells me that like there is an additional problem here. They're trying to implement stuff that technically it would work when you have a right strategy, but you're missing this strategy. Yeah. What we do very well and very different is because first we start with the strategy, a strategy that must follow you. You're unique, you're here, and you cannot have the strategy of you. By the way, if that's you and your sister, same genetic twin sister, you would still need two different strategies. So this needs to be the first. This needs to be the first thing. The second thing, yeah, you do need a support system and implementation as well. Because if you cannot read a book and implement it and see results and lose 5 or 6 kilos on your own, chances are either the strategy is wrong or you don't know how to do the strategy well, or you don't know how to implement that with everything else, which means like lifestyle, how much things are you doing right and wrong, problem identification. What do you have to combine with your strategy? Because it's not only about nutrition, it's also about workouts. And then what are gonna be the danger coming in? You know, how can we take care of your logistics? How can we take care of your environment? How can we somehow still give you flexibility to not only lose the weight but keep it off? So how can we just give you all the tools you need for you to be able to enjoy life and stay what it is, like stay the same. Yeah. So in my book, currently, when I just noticed the other day why this dieting approach are failing, again, they're missing a big chunk of the strategy, but also they're trying right now to make something really dangerous, which is conditioning yourself to rely on your willpower and motivation when your body's not ready to lose weight, and therefore you need to start from there. If you feel like what we do is different and you want to know more about it, I'll tag you in 2 different videos. Just comment down below better 40, which is going to be our kind of like code. I'm going to tag you in 2 video inside a group, because obviously we want to know, like, want to let you know that obviously like the problem is nowadays, the problem is like there is so much information, people don't know where to see the information, even the one that they should hear. So if you want, like, just put better 40, and I'm going to show you exactly those 2 videos, which is going to tell you more about why our system works better. And secondly, like, I already have a list of diets I'm going to go through on periodically. But if there is something that you want to know more of, like if you have a specific type of nutrition, I don't know, I'm thinking vegan, keto, whatever, you know, I have a big book over there that talks about the 4D type of diet that's, you know, the plus and cons, you know, pro and cons. If there is anything I can put interestingly for everybody inside this series, I will do that. And obviously let me know. And right here, obviously this is the end of this video. I'm gonna now log into my Zoom. I really suggest you come into our mindset calls moving forward. Tonight is in 5 minutes, because that's gonna teach you a very important lesson, because pretty much everybody don't have a problem losing weight, much like maybe you think, but you have a problem keeping it off. And when you say keeping it off, we're keeping it off forever, not in 3 months or in 3 weeks. Okay, Coach Jerry here. Hopefully this is useful. Let me know what you want to see, and let me know if you have any question. Just comment down below as well for this video, and I'm of course gonna type back and give you all my opinions and help with this. Again, if you're here in this group, if you let me know, if you ask question, if you comment on the videos, I can then help you. Yeah, I can just direct you to resources. We have so many resources in our group on the guides, but I need you to actually take some action and let me know how I can help you. I cannot just out of the blue know what you're gonna need to succeed. Coach Jerry here. Talk to you soon. Hopefully have a fantastic week.